Today, we're diving into the world's most explosive geopolitical hotspots regions where politics, history, and resources collide. Buckle up, because this isn't just a history lesson. It's a journey into the heart of global power struggles that shape our lives every single day. Let's start with the Middle East, a region that's been at the center of global attention for decades. Why? 3 words: oil, religion, and power. Countries like Saudi Arabia, Iran, and Israel are locked in a complex web of alliances and rivalries. Take the Strait of Hormuz, for example, a narrow waterway through which 20% of the world's oil passes. If tensions between Iran and the US escalate, this strait could become a chokehold on the global economy. But the Middle East isn't just about oil, it's also a region deeply divided by religion and politics. The Sunni-Shia divide, for instance, has fueled conflicts across the region, from Yemen to Syria. And then there's the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, a decades-long struggle over land, identity, and sovereignty. With no clear resolution in sight, this hotspot remains a ticking time bomb. The Middle East isn't just a region, it's a global chessboard, and every move has consequences for us all. Next, we head to the South China Sea, where a quiet but intense battle is unfolding. This vast body of water is rich in resources: oil, natural gas, and fish, but it's also a strategic military zone. China claims nearly the entire sea as its own, building artificial islands and military bases. But neighboring countries like Vietnam, the Philippines, and Malaysia disagree, leading to frequent standoffs. Why does this matter? Because the South China Sea is a major shipping route, carrying over $3 trillion in trade each year. If conflict erupts here, it could disrupt global supply chains, affecting everything from your smartphone to your morning coffee. But it's not just about trade, it's about power. Control of the South China Sea would give China a significant advantage in the region, potentially shifting the balance of power in Asia. Now let's travel to the Arctic, where melting ice is opening up a new frontier and a new set of tensions. As the ice recedes, countries like Russia, the US, Canada, and Norway are racing to claim territory and resources. The Arctic is estimated to hold 13% of the world's oil and 30% of its natural gas. But it's not just about resources, it's about control. Russia has already militarized the region, building bases and deploying submarines. The US and NATO are responding with increased military presence, turning the Arctic into a potential flashpoint. This isn't just a regional issue, it's a global one. The Arctic could become the next Cold War battleground, with far-reaching consequences for climate change and international security. Now let's turn to Ukraine, a country caught in the crossfire between East and West. Since Russia's annexation of Crimea in 2014, Ukraine has become a flashpoint in the struggle between NATO and Russia. The conflict isn't just about territory, it's about influence. Ukraine is a buffer zone, and both sides are fighting to control its future. The war in eastern Ukraine has already claimed thousands of lives and displaced millions, but this isn't just a regional conflict, it's a test of global power dynamics. What happens in Ukraine could reshape the balance of power in Europe and beyond. If Russia succeeds in dominating Ukraine, it could embolden other authoritarian regimes to challenge the international order. Finally, let's not forget about Africa, a continent often overlooked in discussions of geopolitics. From the Sahel to the Horn of Africa, conflicts over resources, ethnicity, and governance are fueling instability. The rise of extremist groups like Boko Haram and Al-Shabaab has turned regions like Nigeria and Somalia into hotspots of violence. But Africa is also a continent of opportunity. With a young and growing population, it has the potential to become a major player in the global economy. However, without stability and good governance, this potential may never be realized. The world cannot afford to ignore Africa, as its future will have a profound impact on global security and prosperity. So, why should you care about these faraway conflicts? Because in our interconnected world, no hotspot is truly isolated. A crisis in the Middle East can send gas prices soaring. A standoff in the South China Sea can disrupt your online shopping, and a conflict in Ukraine can reshape the global order. These hotspots aren't just news headlines. They're the threads that weave the fabric of our daily lives. Understanding them isn't just about being informed, it's about being prepared for the world we live in. Thanks for joining me on this journey through the world's most explosive geopolitical hotspots. If you found this eye-opening, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the forces shaping our world.